Congratulations to all our employees celebrating their milestone work anniversaries this year. Let's start with 10 years of service. Sergeant Anika Howard is a supervisor for the Criminal Investigative Section. Corporal Kwok Kam is currently assigned to the Criminal Investigative Section. Kevin Kreitzer. Kevin's main job as crew leader in Parks and Grounds is to make sure that the playing surfaces of 65 fields are well groomed and safe for play, including the lining of softball, baseball, football, and soccer fields. Buford McKinney, also known as BC, has been a dedicated part-time theater technician at the Bowie Playhouse for 10 years. BC not only runs sound and lighting for shows from the tech booth, but also provides very technical expertise with regards to the rigging of sets and the use of the theater fly system. Denise Michelle started as an administrative office associate for the Housing and Code Compliance. She was recently promoted to the Human Resources Executive Office Associate. Myung Moon serves as a superintendent of Solid Waste Division. Moon takes great pride in his work, and the department frequently receives letters, emails, and even phone calls commending the excellent work by his crew members. Juan Murphy started at the Senior Center and now works as a building maintenance mechanic. Juan is directly responsible for keeping our public buildings in great condition and making proactive and emergency repairs in public facilities. Mark Patterson serves as the audiovisual specialist for the city. He airs city council meetings and records other city events. Mark also helps producers at the Bowie TV studio in the Ken Hill Center and is an AV problem solver extraordinaire. Sean Proctor started with the City of Bowie Street Maintenance Division. His tireless work ethic and willingness to take on new challenges has been proven with his promotions to concrete finisher and most recently, equipment operator. Corporal David Redmond is part of the Community Services Unit, and he also serves as a school resource officer. Abraham Scrivener III. Abe is a responsible driver who completes his task in a safe and timely manner. If there are any issues on his route or with a resident, he communicates that with his supervisor so there are no hiccups in his work. Clyde White is a very useful and versatile worker in the Solid Waste Division. Knowing both refuse and recycling procedures, he arrives early, daily, and ready to work. All right, let's move on to 15 years of service, starting with James Barnes. He works in the Solid Waste Division of Public Works. He too arrives early, daily, and ready to work. He's a great truck driver and has a great rapport with his residents on his routes. Moses Bryant joined the city in the Street Maintenance Division in 2008. He's a concrete finisher whose attention to detail and meticulousness in his work is unmatched. Gloria Gaddy works at the Bowie Senior Center as the Services Information and Referral Specialist. She has assisted hundreds of older adults, their families, and care partners through the aging process with valuable information and care. She also sings in the Senior Chorale. Sergeant Christopher Grimshaw is part of the Patrol Division. Anthony Hogue started with the city as a webmaster and is now manager of the Digital Infrastructure and Innovation Division of the Information Technology Department. Master Patrol Officer William Jackson is part of the Patrol Division. Acting Deputy Chief Rachel Jefferson serves in her position and oversees the daily operations of the department and several projects, such as the Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Unit and Strategic Tactic and Response, also known as the STAR Team. Sergeant Rayford Moten recently retired from the Bowie Police Department after 15 years of service, and during his tenure, he was assigned to the Operations Division and was a supervisor for the Records Section. Paul Schultz works at Parks and Grounds and is known as the most experienced field tree climber. Lieutenant Sean Schwartz oversees the Operations Division, which includes communications, property and evidence, administrative, training, and records. Corporal Julius Sims is part of the Community Services Unit. Corporal Tim Welsh is a training and firearms instructor. Carl Williams began his career with the city in the Street Maintenance Division and was promoted to Asphalt Crew Leader in 2017. This next group of people have been here for 2 decades. That's right, 20 years. Robert Bob Fizel works at the front desk at City Hall. Notably, he received the Lifesavers Award from the local government insurance trust for his heroic efforts in rescuing several boaters who had fallen overboard at Allen Pond Park. Michael Fitzpatrick works in Parks and Grounds and is the jack of many trades. His boss says he's a hard worker and always entertaining to work with. John Griffiths is a longtime crew leader at Parks and Grounds and is the go-to for just about anything. Karen Sinnott began as a part-time accounting tech in finance and has been the utility billing specialist since 2005. Karen's accuracy and attention to detail ensures our close to 8,000 water and sewer bills are processed according to a strict schedule. Daryl Stafford works as a bus driver for the Bowie Senior Center. His dedication to transporting older adults around Bowie is exceptional, and he does it with a smile. Now let's move on to 25 years of service. Stephen Moreland started as a laborer and now is the Assistant Superintendent of Utilities. His colleagues say his professional journey is an inspiration and he embodies the qualities required to succeed in the workplace and in life. Nick Spurgeon was recently promoted to Director of Community Services. He served as Assistant Director for 7 years. Nick started with the city as a park ranger and has held several leadership positions with the Department of Community Services throughout his long and dedicated career. Now we're getting up there with 30 years of service. Jamie Braun is the Code Compliance Supervisor and works tirelessly and diligently to enforce the city code and keep Bowie looking good. H. Byron Matthews is the Director of Finance and works hard to keep Bowie within budget and on solid financial footing. Victor Smith is a solid waste truck driver who does a great job at building rapport with residents on his routes. Mr. Smith arrives on time and is ready to go to work. The next 3 individuals have served the city of Bowie for 35 years. Stephen Beal is currently the Equipment Maintenance and Garage Superintendent. For those acquainted with Steve, his warm smile and genuine candor are immediately apparent. Rumor has it, he's also an exceptional bowling instructor. Jacqueline Tayman has worked in public works for 35 years and has worked in many key positions. She was the contract street light specialist up until 2015 and then promoted to business branch manager and lead contract specialist. She now works as the business facility manager for the Department of Public Works. And finally, Darren Thomas Sr. has been working with the Solid Waste Division for 35 years and proves to be a meticulous worker while being the union president. He performs his duties diligently while juggling both sides without missing a beat. Congratulations to all of you who are celebrating your milestone anniversaries.